Flex Luther, Morgan Snickeroo. So much soul about to bust out the room. All different flavors, way more than 32. From these shoes, you can't mess with these dudes. Nike Reeboks, about soccer knees. Golden Gooses on do.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Soul Brothers, hosted by yours truly, Flex Luther, and none other than Morgan Sneaker Room. Today, guys, we are blessed with a guest, SameOldSeth. What's new, and how you feeling, my guy?
Hey, dude, I'm fantastic. I'm just happy to be back here. It has been 8 months. I was looking on YouTube earlier.
Has it? Already?
Yeah. I was like, whoa, time flies. I didn't even realize that. But
yeah,
time flies.
I just want to thank you guys for keeping me so on top of the sneaker community every week, because there is like so much drama that I was never aware of that you guys dive into. And I'm just like, where are they getting all this information?
Seth, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know anything about no drama. I just keep it strictly professional. I don't know anything about drama.
I love it, dude. But no, I don't care what anybody else has to say. I am the #1 fan of the podcast. I'm there midnight Friday every single week, like first or second listen. I am there, dude. I love what you guys are doing. Crushing it.
Told you, Haas.
Told you. Uh-oh.
Look, now it's Flex trying to start stuff.
Exactly. Haas been crushing it too, though. Haas been crushing it.
No, Rob been killing it. Now we even gave him his flowers. Enjoyed, what was it, 2 episodes ago? We had Haas on. Yeah, it was a great episode. Haas is still killing it. Can't wait for him to announce his episode 200 guest. Yeah, I think the in studio look is really working for him. I think the in studio is like, that was what he needed to, all right, let's really get into this. And that's where he's having this guest at now, his big guest too. So yeah, I think that's
like the 1-bedroom apartment.
Right.
Different look with the grainy webcam.
It's a different look,
No, it looks good. He's doing a great job
for sure. 100%.
Oh man. Nah, but I mean, I think our insight on the sneaker community drama is gonna dial down, simply because I'm gonna start working full time here next week. So I ain't gonna have all that free time to be just sitting there watching and strolling. So yeah,
I'm not gonna front. The other thing is, like, I don't care. I don't care. Like, I don't care that much.
We know,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
and maybe that's why I don't see any of it, because I'm just but also I'm not on Twitter or X. I miss a lot of stuff, but
like, I see a lot of things that I choose not to speak on because I think it's ridiculous, and I think it's like, all right, whatever. Like, I like getting my little shots in here and there, but it's not productive. But there's a lot of things that I choose not to speak on that, quite frankly, I don't think anybody else would really care about, because like, TikTok is becoming such a small piece of the sneaker community that it just none of it matters, right? Like, it just doesn't matter. Like, let's talk about sneakers, and let's talk about like what's going on in the real sneaker community, not just that one little corner.
I like it. Well,
So,
with that being said,
sir.
Let's get into what's on feet. I haven't seen the sunlight yet. Well, not like I need to. But anyway, this is the pair that I plan on wearing today. The Yeezy 500. I got these. I can't remember how much I got these for, but they were like under 50, I believe. This one, Adidas was doing the whole 75% off or whatever.
What do they retail for?
I don't
even know.
I don't know. Where's my box at?
It has.
I think like two. Yeah. I think it is like 300. But I know I got them for like no more than $70. No more than $70. Yeah.
What are you gonna wear those to do?
Yeah, just out.
Just like
I
go
might,
to the post office.
I might run into some people that I need, use my comeback training on.
Might run into some ops.
Yeah, like Soul Brothers. And, I don't know. Might run into Converse or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's we got beef with Converse, Seth. So, what I wore today,
We know.
which I think I talked to you about it at All Star. Yeah, we talked about it at All Star. So what I wore today was quite interestingly, this is why I don't think that we should be doing sneaker of the year lists in November. But the Song Concepts New Balance 740. This is a really, really nice sneaker. I had to look up what Saunier was and how to pronounce it before we hopped on so that it didn't sound crazy. But it's like a way to make champagne by like taking the juice out first or something like that. So it has more tannins and stuff like that. So it's supposed to be like a celebratory champagne rosé type of sneaker. So this is what I plan on wearing today.
I love that. My girl actually got early access on those. Her pair of things showing up.
Is she a VIP as well with Concepts?
Look at her.
She may be. I don't know. We both buy stuff from them all the time.
Yeah,
so
that's because I got.
Hey, and that was the first time I saw the shoe. She was like,
"Yeah, like
I need these."
I got the VIP early access. So
I didn't even know Concepts had a VIP.
That's because you don't purchase from them.
I do. That's why I'm like, now I'm finna go look it up. Cause
But she's excited for him. I wanted to get a pair, but I was like, dude, I have just too much right now. I'm trying to downsize. So
I've had a few existential moments over the last week or so about like, what am I doing? But we thug it out and we keep it present.
Yeah. We keep it present. Mine, I'm not trying to pander to the audience, but I've been wearing the Saucony ProGrid Omni 9. I went to the gym this morning, walked the dog a little bit. I've been wearing these to the gym like the past month. Super comfy. The first pair I had was a half size too small, so I got rid of them. But a few months later, finally got these JD Sports sitting on the shelves. Like, solid, no complaints. Super comfy.
Yeah. That is a good pair. The ProGrid Omni 9. That's what you said. Yeah. ProGrid Omni 9. It took some time to grow on me.
Really?
Oh yeah, because I was all about the suede. Yeah, like I wasn't a big fan of the mesh runners at first. I was like, I like the suedes. I like, talking about buttery suede and look at the brush strokes and stuff like that. And so the mesh highly technical runners, it took me a little bit to get on board, but like now I'm 100% in there.
Absolutely. And like probably my most worn sneaker this year was the Keanu 14. So I'm like, it's not different.
Right.
I mean, obviously it's a different model overall, but comfort wise, look easy to just transition over. But
yeah,
you're solid, dude.
I've started wearing at work on court on the tennis court. I've stopped wearing like actual tennis shoes, like actual court shoes, and I've started wearing the ProGrid Triumph 4, the winter solstice pair, just because it's like it is so comfortable, and I'm on my feet and like walking around for 7 hours at a time. You know what I mean? And it's just that has become a major game changer in my career. Like I'm coming home without that sore of a back, know.
And that's the model that has the more like defined heel, right?
Yep.
The arch. Those have been on my list. I'm typically more of like, if I see it on shelves, I'll pick it up. DTLR, the mall down the street for me has had a few pairs, but they haven't been the color that I'm like, oh, sure, I'll pull the trigger on it today.
Yeah.
But that one's on the list. I think they're fascinating. It's cool.
Did you get the Mint in New York though? I think those are ProGrid.
Not that one. No, I
got the Endorphin.
The latest one, yeah.
Okay.
I wanted that. The Mint in New York, the first pair, so bad.
Yeah.
I ended up getting the Triumph. What are they called? The
Triumph 22? Was it a Triumph or Endorphin Speed 22?
I think it's like, yeah.
Those I love. They sold out instantly on the website, so I had to get them down. And they're too small, so I'm like, cool.
Put some church socks on, bro, and
exactly,
and thug it out. Put some
show. I may try that. But that's a cool shoe. They crushed that collab.
Nah. Yeah, I love the color blue that they used on those. That's a
Crazy.
yeah.
Crazy.
That's what made me want them. I'm like, yeah. I don't do too much running, but maybe I'll start.
Me, I'm like, yeah. I mean, I'll go on long walks, but like an actual run, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I got to get back into running. The only issue is that it's so cold outside, and I hate running on the treadmill.
That's the best.
Treadmill too.
That's the best time to run when it's cold.
I
disagree.
That's what they say.
No,
For some reason, I start breathing, like
training.
I start coughing, and like,
That's the whole point. Yeah.
no, I'm coughing for like the rest of the day.
Really?
Oh.
That's been since I was a kid, right? Like when I was a kid, that's how it went. Now it's I haven't tried it since then.
So you don't stop, you just all day? All day, you just like, all day
coughing.
You're just coughing. I was gonna say it just means you're out of shape. Like when you coughing so much, but you continuously coughing, you might have an upper respiratory problem there or something.
We got some deeper issues.
Thanks, Dr. Flex.
Doctor.
Hey, man of many hats. But look,
I thought that.
Hey man, you start staying home, you start researching a lot of stuff, man.
So you basically got your doctorate being unemployed.
There you go. There you go. Coming to a hospital near you.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But nah, Seth, again, we got you on for your second episode, and I just want to talk about now that you're really in the sneaker space. We didn't get a chance to ask you this last time, but I want to know how does it feel now, just looking at you were on the outside, now you're inside working with everyone, making the videos. Is there anything that you just thought like, oh, I didn't know this was like that, or like what's the difference between being inside the sneaker world and being on the outside of it?
That's a good question. It's interesting to see how brands push different models onto like creators, because I guess from the outside looking in, you're like, oh, I guess everybody got what was the new Nike model this year, the Air Max DN. Like, I guess all the creators got the DNs because they like them. Maybe I should try them. And then, I mean, I didn't get a pair from Nike, but a lot of creators did. And you start seeing people review them, and you're like, oh yeah, you just got those because either Nike sent them to you, or you were working with a retailer like Foot Locker or something like that. So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of politics in the sneaker space that no one would normally be aware of, and like people have their allegiances to different brands, i.e. Complex and Nike. We'll talk about that.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Oh,
it's like you can easily tell when someone has allegiance towards a brand. I should probably have more allegiance towards like
Adidas
and Asics, because I'm like really tight with them. But at the end of the day, like if they come out with a whack shoe, I'm gonna be like,
that's kind of whack. Yeah.
Like you have to keep it real, but they're not bankrolling me. They're just
right.
every now and then. So it's like, yo,
I mean, bro, we talked about 8 months ago, right?
Yeah.
Talk about like All-Star and kind of where things were at. I was kind of reflecting on kind of where we were at and where you were at. And maybe a few weeks prior to All-Star, you were at the Anthony Edwards event, right?
Yeah.
And then at All-Star, they had the Anthony Edwards little activation over there, and I was kind of like, all right, like this shoe is pretty dope or whatever. So the things that you were showing me your schedule with Adidas, and it was like crazy. It was like, because you're like, yo, like we're about to be doing this tonight, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be in bed. So
it was like long nights.
Yeah,
a blast. But
is that still happening for you? Are they still looking out for you? Is Adidas still looking out for you?
They are, for sure. I mean, recently they invited me to the like the Fear of God Adidas sort of, I guess it was a reveal event. I don't know, but like Jerry Lorenzo was there. It was cool. They blessed me with this pair, and it was honestly kind of awkward because there were a ton of other bigger creators there who didn't get a pair, and they were looking at me like, well, why the hell is Seth getting a pair? Like I've been doing this for years. And I was like, I don't know. Like, and then after that, me and the Adidas guys went out to dinner. Like, they're just family over there. They're all they're amazing. And they don't invite me to like a ton of stuff. If it's like if it's like in Atlanta, they'll be like, yo, pull up, come through. But that's really about it. Like, and if there's a sneaker coming out that I really like, I'm like, hey, I'd love to throw a review together. Maybe check these out. And they're like, we'll figure something out. We'll see. Yeah. I feel like I'm tighter with Adidas basketball than really any other sector of the brand. I don't play basketball, but it's just like, you know, they're crushing it. They're coming out with some cool stuff.
Do you feel like part of it is because like you live in Atlanta and then Ant Edwards is from Atlanta, right? And it's kind of like a perfect storm of the AE1 getting so hot, you kind of already being in the area where it launched, like, and then just building that relationship from there, kind of like right place, right time.
100%. Because the first time I ever had any contact with Adidas was the AE1 event, and that's just because they saw one of my vlogs, I think is what they said, and they were like, "Yo, if you would just come record the event and show what happens." And then at the event, I just started networking, talking to everybody I possibly could at Adidas. And shout out to Dez from Nice Kicks. I was like, who do I need to talk to here? Who do I need to meet? And he's like, let me show you. So he introduced a ton of different people.
Yeah.
And even now, like a lot of the people I met at that event are at under different sectors of Adidas now. Like some of them are at running, some of them are at skateboarding, some stayed at basketball, some are at originals. So it's like, they're all branching out. So now I have like, cool little people I can talk to about all these different random things within the company. And Adidas has always been the brand that I loved growing up. Like I said, I think the last episode, like Nike, Jordan brand really wasn't my thing. I was really big into Adidas, Asics, New Balance. So it was like, it's so cool. So I'm like trying to foster the relationship. But like I said, if they fumble the bag, I'm gonna tell you. Like,
so you've seen the AE2, right? Have you seen it? Okay, there have been pictures out there, and
they denied those though.
That's what I'm thinking.
I tried getting some insider information at the dinner we had after the Fear of God event because one of my boys works in the marketing side for Adidas. So I was like, so what can you tell me? What can you show me? And he said, nothing. And I was like, come on.
What about the Hardens?
I've seen the ads have started popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious about those. But like a lot of people thought the Hardens were the new AEs. Very similar like design language, which a lot of sneakers are sort of taking now. Even the the Nova Infinities, it's like very similar to like an AE1, which is why I asked them to try this pair out.
I've seen those yet.
Very, very narrow toe box. You have to go up like a full size. Hard to wear.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that in the video. Like, I went up half a size and it's still too tight. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, get the sizing right, guys. But
that's an Adidas issue. Like, seems like since the dawn of time, it's been an Adidas issue. Very narrow sneakers.
It's nutty.
Toe box. Yeah.
It's nutty. But yeah, I could go on about them forever.
Do you have any insight on like Adidas is coming out with a lot of old Kobe models from when he was with Adidas, and they're even doing like I think it was a crazy Infinity 2.5, where it was the KB2 and what was supposed to be the KB3 kind of meshed together. Like, what is that? Can you speak on like what is Adidas' relationship with Kobe? Are they kind of giving you any information on that?
That I don't know, but I know just from like, because this line, like the Nova line, there's like 3 or 4 sneakers. There's like the Mad, which is the really big one, the Nova, which is the slimmer one, and then there's another that I can't think of. There's a ton of like design inspiration from the Kobe's. Like this little heel tab is almost identical. and like just the line work, the outsole, like very, very reminiscent to those early Kobe sneakers. And I think they're really just tapping into like the company's rich history and DNA of like basketball pro models and sort of bringing it all together to modernize it. But as far as the future plans, I don't know. But I just love this futuristic look.
Yeah. I hate the, I guess it's maybe a new sneakerhead take where they say like without Yeezy, Adidas doesn't have anything. And you were just talking about the rich history. Like there truly is rich history with Adidas. And I think if they tapped into that and kind of leaned on some models a little more, that I think Adidas can like really make a name for themselves. I'm partial to the ZX, ZX line, those old school runners. But it's like the whole like Yeezy, like Adidas was nothing without Yeezy is such a crazy take to me, where Adidas is doing so many like dope things.
Yeah. Because even for Yeezy, like they brought on people to sort of dive into the archives and sort of bring to life some different little design cues that people may have missed over the years and bring them all together into this Adidas Yeezy line. Because like the ones I showed, you could argue that looks damn near identical to like a Yeezy 700 V, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Like very, very similar design language. So it's like, I don't know. There's bits and pieces of the brand.
Yeah.
All of it.
100%. Absolutely.
It's cool.
I wonder if they didn't have another person that, you know, had the impact or the influence as Kanye come to the brand. I don't think Jerry's that guy. But yeah, I wonder if they ever find another person that can really. I wouldn't say. Obviously, I wouldn't say that Adidas wouldn't be Adidas without Kanye, because I mean they were Adidas before they had Kanye. But like, I think that's one of their biggest cosigns, one of their biggest people to bring on the team and design, because I mean he had people looking at Adidas that never looked at Adidas. I mean, he had me looking at Adidas. I've never been huge on Adidas, but like I have certain pairs, but I think I may have almost 10 pairs out of almost 500 pairs of sneakers. So, you know, Adidas really hasn't really, I don't know. Adidas always had that futuristic look to me. So it would just never fit the era of the way I want to dress or my aesthetic. So it's just like,
like a lot of it really hard to wear. Like the new Fear of Gods, I think they look okay, but it's like that's a hard shoe to wear. The first pair they did, I feel like, is a lot easier, but it's not comfortable at all. But the newer ones, it's like, this is a little too out there for me. So
they would have went crazy in 2017.
Yeah,
those new ones, they would have went nuts in 2017.
And apparently, there's like so much tech in that shoe that I just am completely unaware of. Like I follow a lot of the designers, obviously, on the basketball team, and they've been diving into like how long they've been working on this project and all the little tweaks they've been making over the year, however long they were working on it. And it's just like, oh wow, you never know how much time, effort, and work goes into one single release, and it's so cool. I'd love to learn more about that. I'd love to just sit in and watch sort of the process. I think it's fascinating.
But I think Jerry Lorenzo got announced to Adidas back in 2020, right? And now he's
2 years before he released anything. It was like way too premature.
Yeah, well, I don't think they knew that COVID was going to be what it was.
That's a good point.
Right.
That's a very good.
I think that could be the other piece of it. Like, I think it's just bad timing, but not intent. Like, just a bad series of events, unfortunate series of events.
They made the best of it. I feel like
isn't he talking about leaving, or he's gonna leave, or
that's been like a
rumors. Okay,
year. Just because I mean, if you look and see how the first drop went, wasn't that great? A lot
the last
on sale.
The last drop went on sale. like as it dropped.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, what? Like that's nice to get new sneakers, but
nobody orders got canceled, so they're yelling and glitch, but I'm thinking it was on purpose. But
that's crazy. Yeah.
whatever works for business.
They're
the one with the big business pants. So hey, what do I know? what do I know?
These brands this year, I feel like have really been dialing in what their ideal, either the ideal consumer or their ideal, like, this is our sneaker, like, from a tech perspective. It's just really cool to see these brands come into their own in the year.
I think it's a great time to be into sneakers, whether you're a sneakerhead or just like really into sneakers. This is a great time just because I feel like every brand is really putting like their best foot forward. Like it really feels like a competition. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm more open-minded to other brands, or it's just like it
now
really
you
seems
are.
like if I say it. But anyways,
now you are.
anyways, but nah, it seems like every brand is putting their best foot forward. Like I'm looking everywhere, man. New Balance, Asics, Saucony, everywhere. Like it's definitely hard to collect now because there's so many options. It was kind of like, oh, if I miss this one, I can still grab this one. But now it's like, if I miss this one, I got this one. Oh, and New Balance just dropped a new Concepts collab. So it's just like, it's a great time, but very expensive.
Way less pressure. And it's
that's what it is.
So nice. Because I don't even go for majority of the sneaker releases now, unless it's one. Oh, I like that. Like the Saucony Minted. I went for that. I like the Jound Asics. They were fine, but I was like, I kind of want to see what they're doing because I'm a fan of their last collab. But you know, like you can actually go for what you want and not get FOMO because you missed out on the latest Jordan. And you know it's going to go up to $300 and you'll never be able to get it.
Bro.
Yeah. And this might go into our next topic, but like you said, you don't feel the pressure of every single release. Like I feel more patient now and more like, okay, I will wait and see if this drops in price for me to get later on down the road without, knowing like, oh my God, like I missed this. Now I'm going to have to pay, this many times the retail to cop them, right? Like, I've copped so many things that I missed out on before, and I'm watching like I'm in year 3 is like the first release, like dropping in resale, and it's like great. Like I'm happy. Oh yeah, I've been keeping my eye on them because I didn't get them at first. I was kind of late to the party on them, and I was like, I keep watching them, and now they're starting to get into where I'd be willing to pay. Yeah, and it's just about having that patience, and so it's really cool that that we don't have that pressure anymore. It's like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I remember every release, like the actual anxiety of now there's a restock. Like I will see 15 minutes after the release there's a restock, like
and I love it. And I do for it, dude. Restocks are amazing.
Restocks.
Like which was it that just like hard copy the BW armies? Like I don't remember when these originally released. It was like a few months back, right? I don't know if it was a general release, but the other day they restocked on Kith, and I was just like, yo, I wanted this shoe when I first saw it. I'm just going to pick it up now. Like,
bro, Kith and these exclusive drops is crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
Like, they can just reach back and just like, whatever. Yeah, like, let me grab these and release these again. That's crazy that they have that type of power.
That pull.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I was also, Kith is also, they're working on those models. Like the last exclusive tier release was a BW Army trainer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The Vitality release.
Didn't they do a Clark's BW? Or is that coming up?
No. The Clarks, they already did that pre-sale. So I'm patiently waiting, hoping that I don't croak before they show up to my door.
Dude, random story about Kith, by the way. I was just thinking about like high school day. And do you remember when they came out with I think it was the Mercer pant, which was like the first time they did an actual like regular just pant that had the cuff at the bottom?
Yeah.
I remember being in high school, buying a pair of like cheap American Eagle jeans on clearance, going to like Michael's and buying like an actual cuff.
Yeah.
Making a pair myself.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford the $120, whatever they were asking for the Mercers.
Yeah.
And I wish I could find that pair, but like I literally stitched it to the bottom. I made it look pretty good, but like for the next month, I was like, these are my Kith Mercer pants. I made them myself. But no one.
Everybody had a pair. Everybody was making their own pair.
From. Like no one. Yeah. In North Georgia, but I was like, I'm that guy. Like y'all don't know what the style is. And
yeah.
I was just thinking about that the other day, and I was like, that's crazy. Because that was forever ago, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Kith has been killing it
ever since.
Oh yeah.
Dang, man. But it's just funny.
So, to our next topic, man. You participated in a very, very cool project with bimma, with the collaboration of the year. And do you think that a sneaker of the year list is necessary?
Like to a certain degree, I think it's great because it sort of brings the community together and you reminiscing on all the different stories that were told throughout the year. That part I think is cool because a lot of stuff, I mean, like the years are long and we get so many sneaker releases. So a lot of stuff get forgotten about. Sadly, a lot of the lists are taken up by just random, like, oh, here's the obligatory, however you say the word, Jordan 4 of the year. Here's the Jordan 3 of the year. And it's like, dude, those don't move the needle for me. I want to dig in here and talk about all the actually like cool stories that were told. But, you know, I do enjoy sitting down and talking about all the sneakers that came out. I'm not the type to really sit down and make a reel of me talking about all mine because I just don't care that much at the end of it. And I don't really care what other people's lists are. I do watch a lot of the YouTubers that will put together a list because that to me is sort of it kind of lets you see who the trend followers are. Actually has good taste in footwear. Yeah. If that makes sense. Like, creator's video and 7 out of 10 of their sneakers are all just random GR Jordans. I'm like, cool. Like, you're tapped in, buddy. You're really tapped in. So I kind of use it as a way to see who actually has taste. Yeah. Or on the flip side, I've seen like a lot of the creators that I've followed over the years are very like niche, you know, and all of their sneakers of the year are like very like niche, like, oh yeah, this collab. That's like, all right, come on. Like, we get it. You're different. There's a point too where it's sort of like your Spotify Wrapped, where you're like, oh yeah, but I was really tapped in with XYZ artists this year. Like, I really know what's going on. And it's like, it's not like popularity contest. Like, if you think this is at the top, like, good for you. But I don't know. I just wish people were more honest, not trying to pander to their audience, who they know. Yeah. Be like, yeah, the Jordan 4 whatever was definitely number 2. It's like, come on. Yeah, I know. In the past, I've gotten into arguments with people in the comments of my TikToks about like, and they're telling me like, you know, oh, there's no way that this sneaker is better than this sneaker, and I'm to the point where it's like, why am I arguing? Like, I don't care. I don't care. This is what I like. But I've also done sneaker of the years where it was like, what I thought the objective sneaker of the year was, like the best sneakers of the year. And then I've done it where it's like, these are my favorite sneakers of the year. Yeah.
yours is your video, in the bimma video. Yours was the Jumpman Jacks, right?
Yeah.
What was the process of you getting that sneaker to talk about?
So he reached out. It had to have been like a month ago. I was super busy with just all the different projects I was working on, so I was a little late to reply to him out of the bag, and he was like,
Light flex.
yeah, I mean, he said, come up with, I think, 3 sneakers that you think were collabs of the year. And, I'll choose one for you to do a quick, just minute video on. I was like, bet, I'll get back to you tomorrow. Tomorrow came and went. It was like 2 days. He was like, okay. So everyone's already kind of like picked whatever. Can you do just the Jumpman Jack? And I literally emailed him back. I was like, no, I don't really want to. I was like, can I just do like because one of them for me on my personals is like the hidden Asics, the gel and moisture.
Yeah.
I love that shoe. I love the little design history behind it. I was like, what about this one? And he was like, stick with the Jumpman Jack. And I was like, okay. I was like, what do you want me to talk about? Because I don't personally like it. And he's like, just tell him that. Like, give a little history on the shoe. And if you don't like it, say you don't like it. And I was like, okay, I can do that. But, that was one of those where I was like, of course I'm going to be tied to the Jumpman Jack.
Well, so interestingly enough, that's why I asked you about it. Because I'm like, all right, like I know Seth. This is not one of his favorite shoes of the year.
I've made reels about that sneaker saying I don't like that sneaker.
Yeah.
So, but it was so cool, dude. I enjoyed it.
I think that was what the confusion was. I think a lot of people thought that the people that he chose were making the list collectively, but this was a list that he made and he just had people speak on it. So
I know for me, that's just the one he wanted, but I do know other people like submitted, their different sneakers, and he said, yeah, like talk about that one because you obviously know a lot about XYZ brand, you know a lot about this story, you really relate to it. It's like, have at it, speak your truth. For me, it just wasn't the case, but we can't win them all.
Yeah, I mean, the whole sneaker list conversation, it makes my head hurt. Like, if someone asks me, hey, Flex, create a top 10 sneaker, I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me because most of the time you see these top 10 sneaker of the year lists and half of those people don't even have the first 2. And I'm just like, how is it sneaker of the year for you, but you don't even have it? Like, how can you say this is a sneaker of the year if it didn't have enough impact for you to go out and grab it, when it dropped or out the market, however it went. And I know the people that are having these conversations, I know that you're at least buying at least 10 pairs a year. So why is your 10 pair not pairs that you bought this year? So I'm more into like what I cop, like what is my top 10 cops of the year, which may reach back to 2017, 2016, but still that's one of my biggest cops of the year. Because the sneaker year conversation just, I don't know.
I agree. I like what were my top whatever pickups of the year. Like I'm thinking about it now and it's like super green, the super green gel light 3s from 2016 from Kith, right? Like that was a huge cop for me this year. Yeah. And then do you ever feel the pressure, Flex and Seth? Yeah, I guess this is for both of y'all to like put a sneaker on there that was like gifted to you.
I don't personally.
Nah.
Okay. Sometimes we feeling that way. I mean, like,
nah.
I get that. But like, at the end of the day, like, I don't know. Especially like on our podcast, shameless plug. At the end of every year, we just sort of come up with a top 10 sneakers that we like this year. Like, these are the ones that we like. Is it the top? It's not. It's like
you said shameless plug, and I thought you was talking about a podcast. I'm like, wait, he's like he has another podcast, shameless plug.
Shameless plug. We're not tapped in.
Yeah, I'm like, wait.
I'd be all over the place. But no, like for that, we just write down the 10 sneakers that we really like this year. I know, like, obviously, I don't own all the ones that I liked this year. I really loved the Nigel 4s, like the green pair. I couldn't get my hands on a pair, and I'm not going to pay $300 for them. But I think it's a great shoe. The story was great, but
and I wasn't a big fan of that sneaker. I like the story. I wasn't a big fan of the sneaker aesthetically, and I know that if I leave that off a list, there are going to be hate comments like, "Oh, you don't know sneakers like the Nigel 4." You know what I'm saying? Like, And there's also like
that, because it is one of those where it's like, oh, like, this has to be on there.
Yeah. And then there's also like, for me, like recency bias, right? Where, if I look, I mean, I copped a lot of sneakers this year, guys, but like I might put this sneaker on there because I recently got it and I like it and it's new and it's fresh and it's clean. And I might leave off something that, like, a year is a long time, right? Like I might leave off something that I like better. I may like better in 2 or 3 months once the shininess of this
wears off.
I'm showing I'm showing the concepts pair that I had on feet for our listeners.
It's just, I don't know. And then when these like major companies like Complex get involved in it, it's like,
gosh,
that I think it's interesting because I love their insight, behind the scenes, because they have relationships with everybody. But at the same time, it's like you have relationships with every single person on this list.
Yeah.
It just seems super biased.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's hard. I was very surprised that the AE1 was at the top of their list. But
I think they've heard so many people talk about it as a sneaker of the year that they had to do it, that they had to put it on there.
Because if they didn't,
I know. Crazy. I think that was the only one everybody agreed on. It was like, okay,
like,
it makes sense.
That's my sneaker of the year, but I have a different tie to it than other people. Like, that was the first Adidas event I was invited to, so I'm like, bro, that was cool. And
I can see that,
and I can wear it casually. It's like,
I was not in on the AE1. Like when we were at All Star, wasn't in on the AE1 yet.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was actually after the All-Star event where, I mean, I actually saw Anthony Edwards like shooting free throws with the kids, where I was like, this sneaker is pretty dope. I did have to ship a pair to Jay Will, Walk It, Talk It.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like looking at his pair. So they grew on me. They grew on me over time. For sure. I just got the chrome pair. Not the chrome. Shoot, I forget what the colorway is called, but the one? Knicks. The which ones?
The lows, or are they?
The lows. Yeah, the lows. Because I was thinking about the Knicks gifts, the blue pair.
I like.
And so I was looking on the app, and I was like, I kind of like these chrome ones better. And so I went ahead and picked those up instead.
On the heel?
Say it again.
Does it have the orange on the heel?
It does. Yeah.
I think it's iron sharpens iron, but
that sounds like what it is.
I don't know.
That sounds like what it is.
Cool,
did you get that pair too?
Yeah.
You did?
Or I had it. I was working with JD Sports, and they sent over like a few different pairs, none of my size. They were like, here's a 4.5, here's a 7.5, and then here's a 9. And I was like, what am I like?
What do they want you to do with those?
Just make a reel for their Instagram page.
Okay.
Oh,
and
so
then
you
get to keep the sneakers, or you got to send it back?
No. They were like, these are yours to keep. So I literally, I don't know if I should say, I just went to the JD Sports down the street, and I was like, I want to exchange all of these. So they gave me like credit, and I got those Sauconys, and then I got like Jordan 1 lows up there, because I was like, they didn't really have anything that I was dying to get. Oh, I got my girl a pair of shoes too, because I was just like, well, I'm not going to wear these.
That's the life.
That
is the life. So, are you making the reel for like their official Instagram page? Like that's what, and it goes, oh, okay. Oh, nice.
And for that, they were literally just like, hey, would you want to? We'll send you some shoes if you make a video. And I was like, sure, let's do it. Like they didn't pay me or anything. They were just like, here you go. So cool.
Yeah, I don't mind getting paid in shoes for now.
There's times where I'm like, okay, like. And like sneakers aren't reselling nowadays, so it's like cool. Most of them, like if I know I'm not going to wear them, I just throw them up on my eBay page for like a steal. Like I've been selling. I think I sold 3 pairs of shoes today, and they were all like $40 a piece.
Yeah,
because I'm just like, if you wear my size and you want this shoe, you can. Like, I'm not trying to make money off it.
Yeah,
pay for shipping and a few extra bucks for like studio equipment.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to twist your arm to get another $100 out of you. I don't know.
That's the life, man. I just, well, if they're not my size, then yeah, I can definitely. I have no choice. I'm not gonna keep pairs in my collection that are not my size. It makes no sense. But if they're my size, yeah, they're staying with me. I just can't do it.
If I had room, dude, I would keep it all. But
That makes sense too.
There's no room, and this is like the only space I have. And in the next probably 2 weeks, I'm supposed to be getting a new desk that's gonna take up this whole space. Whoa. So I'm not gonna have a sneaker wall anymore because I was just like, I want to sort of make the studio look a little more mature. Just like, more appealing for like different brands to work with me, because I know doesn't want a wall of sneakers behind me when I'm talking because it doesn't make sense. But trying to redo everything, which means there's not going to be as much space. But
hey,
we'll see how it all turns out.
Whatever pays the bills. Whatever pays the bills.
So what's next? Speaking of that, what's next? What can you talk about, and what can you maybe talk about?
It's there's like nothing that I can't really talk about. I don't have any plans for next year. I'm just like riding the wave and see where it takes me. That's what I did this past year, and I was able to work with like some of the craziest brands that I never thought I would be working with.
Yeah.
So if I just stay open to any opportunity, I'm there for it. I'd love to start pivoting the content a little more. It's just like I've been wanting to do this for so long, where I just make different content, not where every video is a sneaker review. Like I want to just do something that's gonna spark creativity more and get me excited about creating, because I can review, like I was telling Flex before we started, there's like 7 pairs of shoes right here that I'm working on videos for right now. And after that, it's like, okay, this just gets a little repetitive. It's fun. I enjoy it. But it's like, I need something to break up the monotony.
Yeah.
Whether it's going to be reviewing some of like the tech I have, or more vlogs, or more showcase what I'm doing to the studio. Like give you guys behind the scenes look, and like, here's the furniture I'm getting. Here's how I'm setting it up. So
do you plan on going to more events? Like you did All Star. Do you plan on going to did you go to Complex Con?
No, I wanted to, but if no one's gonna, which sounds so bratty, if no one's
go ahead, say it.
There, like, I don't want.
Don't worry, I've said it.
The flights were like $700-800, and I'm like, I'm not gonna just like spend that just to go out and see more sneaker stuff.
That's
for,
crazy.
Like
out of Atlanta to Vegas.
Well, it was like, I mean, they weren't last minute. I mean, they were like 2 weeks out. Like it's expensive to fly, dude.
Yeah, no, it is.
Rate, like we're going to Ireland in March, and
again, bro.
Yeah, I know. Those tickets are cheaper than me flying to Vegas.
Are you serious? How much is it to go to Ireland?
I think for both of us, I think like after taxes and all the fees and stuff, it was maybe 1,500, something like that.
Sound about right.
That's not
terrible,
bad.
But
my fiance is getting her PhD in Irish literature, and she has to do I know she has to do some research at the University of Limerick, and so she was hoping that me and her would go out there. Now she's applied for a grant that'll pay for it. That'll pay for both of us, but just kind of trying to see what that price tag might look like.
That's so cool. Well, especially where you are, I feel like you're a little bit closer, right? I think we have to do a layover in like New York or something like that, and then you fly over. But it's not the craziest. I mean, it's expensive to fly anywhere, but yeah, we just loved it over there, and we didn't get enough time to really explore everything. So now we booked a ton of different bus tours and boat tours and going to all the different stuff. So it should be fun. I'm looking forward.
Yeah.
I gotta
That's awesome.
An apartment, dude. I'm like, there's days where I'm just here all day. I'm like, I gotta explore the world a little bit.
Just making content. Just yeah.
Well, and now I was telling Flex this the other day. I'm now a full-time creator, quote unquote, but for my job, I'm now the content director for Check. So I'm running all their social media, making videos for them every week. So on top of the stuff I'm already doing, I'm also making videos for another brand. So it's like, okay, I am on camera and editing all the time.
Yeah.
I got to break it up, do something.
How do you not get burnt out from like sneakers at that? Like, do you ever feel like I don't want to see another sneaker, or I don't want to review another sneaker for as like at least a week?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. That's how it was with Jordans and reviewing so many Jordans where I'm like, oh my God, if I have to talk about, I kind of said it in my Jordan 1 low review that I wasn't planning on making. I was like, this material's red, this material's blue, this is a great shoe. Like, that's all it is, reviewing Jordans. I love reviewing new models that have all different kinds of tech and materials. Like, that excites me. Right now, 7 shoes, not one of them is the same. They're all just crazy different models that I've never reviewed before. And that but yeah, every now and then, you get 5 videos deep and you have more to make. You're like, oh my God, look, I'm so tired.
Yeah. When I was doing my 365 days of sneakers, I would record for the whole week, like on Sunday. I was recording at first. I would record 7 videos on Sundays, and it just got to be like, this sucks. Like, I don't want to go grab another shoe. Like, I don't even want to go into that room.
Yeah.
But now that I've stopped making a lot of videos, I am starting to enjoy sneakers a lot more. Just a whole, like, I'm not looking at every sneaker as like, how can I make content off of this?
Yeah. And it's just good to take breaks too. Like, when I'm finished with all these videos, I'll probably take a week where I don't edit anything for me, don't shoot anything, and just relax.
Yeah.
That week I come in and I'm like, okay, let's get back.
Yeah, I'm ready to get back into it. Yeah.
So it'll be like a week on or a week off, and then like 3 weeks on, essentially. Yeah. But I don't know. It gets exhausting for sure.
It doesn't sound like a bad deal to me, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like a bad deal to me, man.
Pros and cons to everything, but now there's
absolutely
never-ending list of video. Like, even when I finish these, there's 15 other videos that I should be doing, but I just don't have time, to put it all together. Like, I love doing the Q&As that I was doing for a while, but I don't have time to sit down and record them and edit them. So I have probably 4 videos planned out with all the questions I want to answer in each video. And I'm just like, cool, whenever I have time, I'll do that. But a lot of work, but it's fun.
So like, what's something that you want to do? Like, what's something you personally have a goal of doing for 2025?
I think just showing more of my personality. Like, it's it's hard to do when you're just reviewing sneakers. Like, I'm a fun guy, but I can't really just tell you that when I'm like, oh, this is the new ASICS model. Cool. Like, I can sprinkle in a little personality here and there, but it's difficult to really show yourself when you're just reviewing a product. So find, I guess, the balance where I can have fun content that's for me and then content that's for everyone else.
So a year ago, were you doing this full time? A year ago, full time?
No. I mean, I just started doing the check stuff. I think this is my first month. Like, before that, I was working full-time job, and then every night from 10 p.m. to 1 or 2 a.m. I was editing.
I remember those days, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and I still do that. Yeah, I still have them at least 3 or 4 nights a week. Last night I was up till 2 a.m. writing some scripts and studying all these sneakers because they're new models. I'm like, oh, I don't know anything about these, so I gotta hit the books, watch some YouTube videos, and scroll description. Fun.
Sound like it can get exhausting. It sound like it can get there.
I want to just
especially when you don't get to share, like, I don't know, like you say, your personality. It kind of, I can see where you can get like, you know what, I really want to just.
That's why me and Winona started the podcast, so we could just have an hour a week. Which, same with you guys, where you can just chat,
absolutely
talk,
and just talk about, vent about anything, like, because we all have that bug.
It's had a negative effect. It's had a negative effect for us because now they're starting to see my personality, and I'm not as inclusive as everybody thought.
Yeah,
I'm not the guy everybody thought I was.
and that's okay. You're you. You're unapologetic.
I am me.
You, and that's what I love about you, dude.
Absolutely appreciate you, man.
Of course, man. Of course.
Nah, but I definitely want to shed some light on the Beyond Kicks podcast, simply because I'm always telling, like, whenever I'm talking to Morgan and we have like a guest on, I'm always talking about, like, y'all really need to listen to that podcast because there's so many insights with brand deals, just how things work beyond the camera, and a lot of people don't, hear those things. And a lot of people don't, even though they've been around in the sneaker space, and in the social media, really don't hear those personal experiences. And I think it's a super unique and cool way to really dig into social media and sneaker content, because not everybody has that insight, not like the way you and Winona has it. So
I appreciate that.
You guys really listen to Beyond Kicks.
It really is like a podcast for creators. Kind of at the end of the day, it's not like, because we'll go on freaking tangents just talking about lighting and cameras, and I'm in the middle of the conversation, I'm like, no one cares about this unless they're like actually a creator. Like, no one's gonna care about what camera, what lens, what microphone, like all that stuff. Like, if you're a casual listener, you're probably going to mentally check out and just check back in when we talk about shoes. But yeah, those are my favorite conversations, just talking about all the back end and social media and tech. Like, I think it's fascinating.
Yeah,
I don't have anybody to listen to that really dives into that. So if I can help someone else with it, that's a win. That's a win.
I think going that way opens up a lot of opportunities for you guys, though, because once you niche your content in your podcast, you're stuck in that niche. Really, you can't really, like, me and Morgan pretty much always be a sneaker podcast. I don't think we could really pivot to anything else because
we all know it. I don't think we have anything else in common.
But see, that's why I'm like jealous of you guys, because y'all is like, you can just sort of riff about for the whole episode, and it's a great listen. For us, we kind of have to be a little more, I don't know. I like to sort of map
structured.
It out. Yeah, structured.
Yeah. Flex started sending me the structure of the episodes, so I must have been doing something. I must have been doing something wrong.
It helped, but you get a year deep, and it's like, okay, so we've sort of already talked about everything that we can sort of just like rip out for a year.
Yeah.
So it helps to have talking points, bullet points of just different topics. That's what I do. I write down in my notes app every week, just, I want to talk about this on the pod. I want to talk about this on the pod. And then Wednesday, Thursday come, and I'm just scrolling through my notes. I'm like, I'd like to talk about that. We'll see. But
I think one of the places I see our direction going, like last episode we did the stories, right? Did we do that? That was the last episode. We did. I would like to do more of that stuff, right? Like where we talk, because I think that's what our major draw was, on TikTok, was we were just showing our like the sneakers that were in our collections and telling the stories about them. And I think that is what our roots are. And I think that's what's been successful for us. So unless Flex has a number, so maybe a flop, maybe you got 2 listens.
I think
go ahead.
I think what you should do is sort of structure it where, like, that's the last third of the episode, where you both get however many shoes, like 3 shoes an episode, and then just that last little half, because it keeps people listening.
Yeah.
You hear the insight and stories that you guys have behind your sneakers, and that way you're not dedicating an entire episode to it. You're just sort of like in the waters, give someone. It breaks up the episode a little bit too.
For sure.
I really enjoyed listening to you guys dive into it last week. I was like,
oh, okay.
I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Y'all are smart as hell when it comes to sneakers. Y'all know.
Oh, when it comes to sneakers, bro.
When it comes to sneakers.
When it comes to sneakers, me and Flex are smart.
We got Dr. Flex over here.
So we can't talk about anything else because we're. I was thinking, what if we did have a podcast about something else? Like, what else? Like, what else could me and Flex talk about? and make it interesting.
You love politics.
I don't love politics. I don't love politics. I'm alarmed by what's going on.
I think our insights or our views on like politics would be interesting. I really do. I feel like Morgan and Flex political debate would be crazy.
It would be funny.
It would be great.
I would subscribe to a Patreon for that.
No, look, Flex is a conspiracy theorist. That's what I am.
Bro.
Flex is a conspiracy theorist.
I am not. Nowhere near it, bro. Nowhere near it.
Theorist. I love that stuff.
Flex thinks that TikTok gonna be banned from our phones.
I hope
Flex,
is that
Flex thinks it's gonna be illegal to have TikTok on your phone. Like the government is just gonna come snatch your phone and like, you got TikTok, you're going to the brig.
It's gonna be like Flappy Bird, where everyone was trying to sell their old iPod Touch.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like Flappy Bird.
I remember that too back. Because I had one, and I was like, wait, should I sell my iPod Touch? Because that's
crazy.
I think that's exactly how it's gonna be.
Probably, but things like. You
probably have to you wouldn't be able to update it, or it would be removed.
I said that, and you were arguing with me.
It will be removed, bro. Like you're gonna have to remove it from your phone. It's not gonna be there.
How do y'all feel about the possibility of it going away? Are you like pro?
I think it's a political move that has nothing to do with whether or not it's beneficial or whatever. I think it's all political. I think it's like a middle finger to Chinese companies or China or whatever. It's purely political. And when it comes to that type of things, like just purely political grandstanding, I have no opinion on that stuff because I think it's lame.
That is crazy.
I don't know. Personally, I kind of want it to go away so I can just focus on one less social media platform.
Yeah, I feel that.
But that's just me. And then all those people will be funneled into Instagram again, so we'll see.
Now that's what I'm interested to see, how these huge creators, because it's not going to translate the same way, these people that have 300, 400,000 followers doing red hot experiments where the ball is melting through stuff. Like I wonder, because people have created careers like. What are you gonna do? It's definitely gonna be interesting to see people doing ASMR on Instagram, because it just doesn't feel the same. Like watching it on TikTok or watching it on Instagram, it just doesn't. I'm just like, anyways, that's weird.
Yeah.
But when I'm on TikTok and I see him, like, ooh, he's cutting grass. Let's watch this.
I'm more curious about the how I'm gonna consume sneaker media. Because like on TikTok, Angry Joe does reviews, but he does them every once in a while. He's mostly doing his lives. But when he reviews a shoe, I know that we don't have similar tastes. We both have the same appreciation of different sneakers, but I think we also have different tastes. He doesn't like the New Balances and stuff like that. But like, who is going to be the person I'm looking at for sneaker media? You know what I'm saying? Like,
where do you typically consume sneaker content, and who's your least favorite creator? I'm just kidding.
Oh man, see, I was ready to answer. No, I'm playing. It's become YouTube. YouTube is where I'm getting the most sneaker content, but to Flex's point, I'm also getting a lot of political content on there. And I'm listening to a lot of this whole Haley Welch drama situation. You know what I'm talking about? Talk to a girl.
Oh yeah, the Bitcoin stuff.
Those videos I haven't watched.
The meme coin.
Yeah, the meme. Yeah, so like that content's being fed to me too, and I'm like 100% invested. It's crazy, absolutely crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, the sneaker content it's mostly on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's like TikTok. I don't know.
Go ahead, Seth. Say it.
I just don't watch really any sneaker content over there. I just kind of watch.
You used to watch ours though, right? When we were making content all the time.
Well, yeah, but I mainly watch that on Instagram.
But you don't. But you don't watch anybody else for real
on like short form.
Yeah.
I watch everything Winona does because I think he's good at what he does.
He's very good.
Who else do I really like? There's very few people where it's like they post a video and I will watch the whole thing.
Sneakernomics is one for me.
Yeah, he kills it, dude. He's so funny.
Yeah.
Dang, off the top of my head, I can't even think.
Leroy, I enjoy watching Leroy's reels because it's always like
Kari, I like his stuff.
Yep, Kari. So, other than that, no, everybody else sucks. So that is a joke. Before anybody gets all upset, that is a joke.
Yeah,
I think I gotta say that now. I gotta say that this is a joke. So let's get into our showcase sneaker for the day. Flex, you going first?
Still haven't did a video on these. I need to do a video. One of my latest cop, Dornbecker. Brought to you guys by Dario Vansignor Valdivia. He created the Dornbecker Huarache. This is the first pair of Huaraches in my collection. Ever. I was like, why not be a Dornbecker?
Have you tried them all yet?
Yeah. See, I remember what you said. No, I remember what you said about Huarache. So I went ahead and ordered and went ahead and went a size up, half a size. I still kind of think if my foot was to grow, it wouldn't work out. But
you're an adult.
It's not happening. Yeah, unless I start gaining an insane amount of weight. But it's a dope sneaker. I've been doing my research on the details on it because I'm gonna drop a video soon. I think this is number, I don't know. I think I'll be at like 177. I got 177 pairs to go before I reach 500. But yeah, dope sneaker. Crazy sock lining.
Yeah.
9.5. 9.5. 10 and some. Yeah. I'll be watching eBay page. I'll be watching.
I have stuff that I haven't posted on the eBay page. So
I'll be there. I'll see you there, bud.
Well, I'll send you some photos of different stuff here in a few days when I get everything organized.
Okay.
See if you want it.
Yeah, I like it. But overall, nice. I feel like it's a nice shoe. You can actually put a fit together. Most Dornbeckers you can, but this one is I feel like it's a more common one because it's more one color and not 500 different colors. A
kid designed it.
Yeah, obviously.
When did that pair come out? Was that last year's or this year's? Did this year's come out yet?
No, this year hasn't came out. This maybe, I don't know, is this 20? I want to say 28. I remember them
coming out, but I don't know when that.
I think it was last year. It has to be last year. I'm pretty sure it's last year. Because
how much would you resell a pair of Dornbecker Huaraches for?
See, look, I knew you were gonna say that. I bought them for retail from a retailer. So
that's what I'm wondering. Like, if you were to sell them, if you were to try to make a profit on these kids, how much would you sell them for, Seth?
Oh, whatever StockX has them at.
That's crazy.
I feel
Lord.
this is how I feel about reselling Dornbeckers. I feel like that is the only shoe you should be reselling because because the exposure. The whole point of the Dornbecker collection is creating the funds to go to the foundation. So if the shoes doesn't sell out, that means it's doing bad. So you're not getting those funds. So the only way to push for these pairs to sell out is by reselling because it creates the hype. These Dornbeckers, they would have never got bought. Because I bought them for I bought these for like $60 from the retailer. But I guess if they made it to the reseller, the money's already made. But
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that mental gymnastics was nuts.
That's why I said a political debate between me and Morgan would be crazy.
Would be hilarious.
I think
Patreon page where it's just you and Flex debating on random topics.
See, I want to do that, but there's so many things that like Morgan says, and then there's some things that I say that I really wouldn't want to make to the mainstream. Well, I feel like somebody
audience. I'd pay $10 to watch.
I know, but I feel like somebody will screen record and be like, "No, because he said this."
I'm not gonna lie. I noticed Flex cut out a very crucial part of our last episode towards the beginning. Oh yeah, I was talking my stuff.
Oh yeah.
Flex cut out I was listening for it, and I was like, nah, he cut that out.
Yeah, there was a lot that I took out of Hostage episode too that I said.
That's
because there's some upcoming stuff that Soul Brothers got to be part of that I felt like would have kicked us out of the opportunity. But with that is because I spoke to him myself, and I was like, I can't control what Morgan does on his end, but I can control what I do on my content and Soul Brothers because I edit it. So I'm like, I promise you, your name won't be brought up, moving forward. Now, if he reaches back in the bag, because he crazy enough, literally after I sent that message, my guy was posting like crazy. I'm just like, I thought we had an agreement, but it is what it is. No names were said. No names were said.
No names are said. Let's talk about my sneaker.
Let's hear it.
So 9 times out of 10, I hate an orange and blue sneaker because I am a serious New York Knicks hater. But these are the Amine New Balance 740, 2 740s today. In the like Benton High School, whatever, colorway. Super cool sneaker. I'm still wondering how Amine keeps getting these New Balance collabs. I've heard Caroline, and I think he had another song, but
he's got some music. There are some good hits, I will say.
I see, and I'm not saying he's bad because I really liked Caroline. I just haven't searched out his music yet. I don't want it to sound like I'm hating on him because I'm not. But like, I just think it's an interesting collab. I think it's like, oh, that's interesting. I'm happy that he got this collab. Mm-hmm. And now I do have an issue with this sneaker, and it is that this lacing system. The two laces are kind of they're put together, like they're combined. And so I always change my laces, not change them, but I always like redo the laces where it goes over here and over, but I'm not able to do that with these. You're not able to really take the laces out. But I think this is a really cool sneaker. And I like the 740. This is a pretty good model. This is a really good model.
They're heavy. Like that pair is pretty hefty.
It is.
My gripe with them was with the laces as well, because like you can't see that really cool, unique tongue tag.
Yes.
They go up too high. And I'm like, I was trying to capture that on the video, and I was like, I can't really show this.
Yeah. It says Club Banana Research, Benson Polytech, BTEE 740, class of 2012, radio, KBPS. So this is apparently from his days as a DJ at his school's radio station. Kind of where he got to start. So you're right. This is a heavy pair.
Yeah.
And I think it's some of these, like he did this with the 710 or no 610 that he did, but it's these colorful iridescent pieces. I imagine that these are heavier than patent leather that covers the rest of the shoe.
It's a sick pair.
For sure, 100%. This is my first pair of orange and blue sneakers, by the way.
I think same. I live in Atlanta. I can't be wearing Florida Gators colors. Like
that's true.
I'm like, when am I going to wear the shoe? It's in the closet. I like them, but it's crazy. So mine, the hidden in Asics Gel Venture Shield 6, I think is the name. This one I just think is so cool because it's not a model I've ever tried. They're mad comfy. This is one of the sneakers I'm going to be bringing to Ireland because it has this mud guard that goes all the way across the shoe.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to hit the trail in these. And like as a kid growing up, I was really into dinosaurs, really into paleontologists, and that's what the whole collection is about. And I never buy accessories from sneaker drops just because I'm always like, they're kind of corny, but I bought some stuff, dude. I got this little metal hidden in ASICS T-Rex. It's got a brand on it.
That's dope.
Super cool. Also got this big aluminum like tray. Has the skeleton of a raptor or something on it with the hidden in ASICS logo. Like the full collection to me was just super cool. And like me growing up, I was like, dude, if I would have had a dinosaur inspired sort of shoe and collection, I'd have been geeking about it. So now those are going to be 2 staple pieces in the studio, and I'm like, yeah, it's just super cool. But did a great job with the shoe. Quiet,
that's awesome,
subtle. I think they're great.
Oh yeah, that's a good shoe.
Yeah, we'll see how they hold up in the elements. But
what's the materials on them?
it's weird. It's like the upper's really soft. It's got this soft sort of grid mesh.
Yeah.
Know if it's like water.
That's a ripstop, I think, right?
I believe you're right. Yeah, but yeah, it's really just that thin mesh, and then whatever this material is on the inside, really
some
soft,
sort of like
synthetic material. But they're tight, dude. I love Hidden. He's been killing it this year.
Oh yeah,
with
a
those,
lot of great ASICS collabs.
I'm like, I don't know which I like more, but you know, he's doing a great job.
Yeah, 100%.
Love it. Oh. What else we got? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it, man. Appreciate you taking time out your busy day to sit down with the Soul Brothers once again. This will be our year anniversary. You know, clap for that. Soul Brothers have finally made it a year. Dope stuff, man.
The only thing I'm pumped about now is I've already listened to this episode, so what am I going to listen to on Friday?
That's crazy.
I'm kidding, bro. I've been digging into his archives a lot recently.
No,
a lot. It's been
See, that's the reason why, like, I always like try to have people on for a second episode, because like a lot of those episodes go unheard of, and we have like big guests on, and it's good episodes, and it's just because we didn't, we went out there, and I feel like we have more eyes on us now, a lot more listeners now, and I'm just like, oh no, we had this person on. Y'all gotta hear us, have a conversation, because a lot of people like the element that me and Morgan bring to the conversation. So like, it's kind of like, oh, I would love to see, I would love to hear y'all have a conversation with this person. I'm like, bro, we already did an episode like 8 months ago.
Yeah.
Like, so that's
gotta do a 4th episode with Dre.
Oh yeah.
right. Great. Look.
Those episodes are good.
I love those episodes. I feel like we can have conversations about anything, just because of how the dynamics of Morgan, Dre, and Flex. Like, it's just so. There's a lot that we have. Yeah, we have a lot in common, but there's so many different points of views that we bring. Just in this, I mean, where we're from. Like, he's in Chicago, Morgan's in Indy, and I'm in North Carolina. So it's just like, everything is different. You might get a West Salim.
Winston Salim.
That was fun. But no, any closing remarks, Morgan, Seth?
No, this was a great episode, Seth. We appreciate you hopping on and celebrating our 1-year anniversary. I can tell you right now, Flex is probably going to try to get me to record an episode on Christmas or something like that, because
I'll be trying to get Morgan to record on days so we don't. I've been trying to get us a stockpile in the archive so we don't have to record every. I'm just like, come on, let's record.
Here's the thing.
Let's record 3 episodes. Wait. One, I need for him to reply. I'll send Morgan like 5 minutes, like, hey, you know what? We got this person on. Hey, this is what's gonna happen. Hey, I wait to be like, hey, bro, I'm really depressed. I need someone to talk to. It'll probably go unread. It'll go unread because I'm just like, anyway.
I'll probably look at it like, not me.
Right now.
I'm on the court.
Like, look, here's my thing. If we have a stockpile of episodes, right, then by the time it gets released, what we talked about might not even be relevant anymore.
No, that's so when
because we talk about all the recent releases, and I'm like, We literally
see,
have to record ours on Wednesday or Thursday, and then it goes live on Friday.
No, that's
they're
insane.
Oh, that sounds
The hottest
that sounds,
news comes out on Wednesday evenings or like Thursdays, and I'm like,
No.
right.
As the talent director and editor, no way. No way. There's no way there's no way I can get Morgan to sit down 2 days before release. No, bro. You might not get that pod to Sunday afternoon. Absolutely not. But the way when I do those stockpile episodes, I always make sure we're talking about something that's either already past that can still be like relevant, not something like I wouldn't do a complex con episode 3, 3 episodes ahead or 3 episodes after, because it just would be like you're still talking about it when we actually talked about it the day that it happened. But it's more of like stuff that's already that can continuously be relevant. But since we're doing them the way we're doing them now, it doesn't matter. But we're definitely gonna get back on that, because I like having those 3 episodes already in there, edit, the cover art already done.
A dream.
Exactly. It works so much better, because when Thursday night come, all I gotta worry about is just boom, it's up, guys. Go check it out, watch, go listen. But
True. But no, thank you so much for having me on again. Like,
oh man,
mad love for what you guys do, and here's for year number 2, baby.
Thank you.
Hopefully we can get bought out. Hopefully we can get bought out. Like,
hey, look, this is to all the companies out there.
Network.
We are open to selling out. We are definitely open to selling out. Any companies
shout out
that
next quick.
we will,
Right.
we can have a showcase sneakers sponsored by Complex, or I'll never say
Saucony. Just be the Saucony podcast.
Bro, that's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea.
This is getting clipped.
Like, dive into the company history, inspiration on sneakers, showcase new sneakers, have designers on.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this creative director over here taking a go. I like it,
baby. That's what I do, baby.
I like it.
This is getting clipped and then tagged. We're gonna tag Jason in it.
Everybody.
Yeah, and Jennifer.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Make it. Who
Scratch
knows?
that. Will be a hit.
Oh, look at that, 2025. But as I always say, guys, love, peace, and sneakers. Peace.
So brothers, so brothers, retro 7s, retro 3s, Metallic 7, retro 11, sitting on freeze. They got